Hey,
Hello.
Darcy, can you hear me okay there?
Yes.
Are you dialing in from wonderful Oklahoma City?
I am right from home.
Right from home, the home of Sonic and other great
Oh
things.
yeah. What about you?
New York, like
York.
20 miles outside of where you competed and had all that stress. But
I
good
love
day for you
York.
so far, aside from having to do interviews?
Oh yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
Great. Well, we were first connected to talk about your new movie, which it might be your feature debut in a way, but it's not the first acting you've done because we saw you in all that and Scooby Doo, etc. When did you actually film this movie?
So we filmed this movie back in June of last year, last summer. So I've been just waiting for it to come out. I'm a little nervous for people to see it, but I'm excited.
Had you worked with anyone from the film before?
No, actually, I hadn't worked with Savannah or Cheryl Ladd before, so that was super exciting. I mean, we the three of us clicked for sure. It was just a blast, super down to earth, both of them, and they were super supportive to me since it's my first time, and they're kind of veterans and everything. So the
And it was all filmed in Oklahoma, the entire movie?
entire movie. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Usually people don't get to film in their home state.
I know. Yeah, I was so pumped to find out I was filming here. It filmed in Chickasha, so it was about like an hour drive for me, and that was it. And I was so glad because it's just like there's just something about Oklahoma people, and I was happy that we were filming it here in Oklahoma for my first movie experience. It wasn't too like you know go to Hollywood and filming a movie in Hollywood because that's a big deal. But like it was great and super special that I was here. So. Mhm.
You mentioned how long the drive was, so you got to sleep in your own bed after filming every day?
No,
Oh,
actually,
hotel.
we
Okay.
stayed in a hotel. I know that would be nice, but we stayed in a hotel in Chickasha because it was just easier that way. But we did have a couple breaks a week. We filmed for about 3.5 weeks, I think. So we got to go home a little bit, but oh, yeah, it kind of felt like it felt like you know I feel like it wouldn't have felt like a whole movie experience if I would have gotten to sleep in my own bed, like, or just the travel and staying in a hotel. I don't know. I feel like it was fun that way.
I hear you. Well, most people kind of learned about you through America's Got Talent, but was the long-term goal to be acting in feature films, or is this just like a happy organic accident?
Honestly, I wouldn't say it's an accident, but I would say this wasn't like I'm gonna go on AGT just so I can be an actor. I've always been a performer. I've
Hmm.
sang as long as I can remember and was in talent competitions and little pageants and everything. And ventriloquism came about so randomly, but I just think it was meant to happen for me to, go on the show and then win and be able to do all of these things. But obviously, I have a passion for many things. So acting is just now get the opportunity's been given to me because of the show, and so now I get to go out and try these things I've always wanted to do because of my ventriloquism. So
Hmm. A lot of people who win network competition shows, in a way, you don't get more famous than that. All eyes are on you. You're on billboards. You're doing cameos on other programs, and some people kind of shy away from that. They say, oh, this is how the machine works. I'm going to do my own cottage industry. Was that you in any kind of way where you said, I see how that works, but let's build a thing that I can do for 30, 40 years?
um well, after winning, I got to do the Vegas show,
Hmm.
and I had about 4 nights at Planet Hollywood, and that's what I got to do. And we just didn't think, doing the residency in Vegas at 13 was the best path for me.
No.
And so, we went home and stayed home and decided, all right, what can we do with this? Where do I want to go with this for now? And touring and traveling the US was our first initial thought. And that's when I started touring. And so, but I just never would have expected ventriloquism would take off and shoot me all the way to here. So I don't know. I mean, ventriloquism is always going to be a part of me because I love doing it. But when people ask me like, Darci, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to do everything. Honestly, I really don't know where this leads me. I'm just taking it step by step. I mean, I'm only 17.
Right.
So, I mean, we'll see where this goes. I have so many passions. And so, honestly, one of my biggest inspirations is Kristen Chenoweth, and she lived in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at her career, and I'm just like, she did about everything you can imagine. Put out music. She was in movies and TV shows, and like, I'm like, I would love to do that. Just like anything I can do creatively wise, and always performing. Honestly, is what I want to do.
Well, if you're talking about teenagers, Oklahoma, success, Hanson. I know they're Tulsa people, but what really impresses me about Hanson is that the average person thinks that they peaked, that Hanson had the most success in 1997, 1998, around there. But the reality is that the tours of Asia, the theater tours, releasing albums, it never stopped. So in a way, they are controlling their own paths. Are you, reliant on a team? Is it a team that you have there in Oklahoma that's running the ship? Your parents, local folks?
Well, obviously, my parents have been a huge part of this. Mostly in keeping me grounded. They have been just the best supportive system, and my three brothers too. They keep me grounded, of course. I mean, they don't see me any different, and so.
Right.
I have a team out in LA, actually, a great management team, and they've been with me since I won. My manager is Judy Marmel, and we have a good thing going right now, and everyone has just been so supportive of me of anything I've wanted to do, and we're all trying to navigate this little switch. I'm getting a little older, and it's
older.
I know, just a little older, but
sure.
We're trying to figure out what I want to do right now, and they're all just going along for the ride with me because I have no clue. I don't even know if I want to go to college, what I want to do after high school. I'm just like, I'm really at that point in my life where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do.
I hear you. I hear you.
Team, for sure.
So we do know that the movie comes out on April 22nd. Do you know things far in advance beyond that? For example, is there touring in the books? Are there recording sessions? Are there things you're not allowed to talk about because Deadline.com will get mad if you reveal them?
Well, I will say my tour right now is My Lips Are Sealed, except when they're not. It's my third tour show, and I'm taking it all the way till August. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I am writing lots of music. I'm trying to figure out the best time to put out an EP or an album. I'm just not sure when that's going to be. I know it's something I want to do. So that's just kind of just behind the scenes and in the works right now. I do have a couple projects that I'm working on, but I can't really talk about them.
Sure.
So just know exciting things happening. I'm playing Vegas. I'm playing the Mirage April 29th this month. So that's next for me. It's next big thing. And this movie. So yeah, all very exciting things.
Well, two last questions, and then I'm going to let you go. And the first one is, playing Vegas as somebody who's not of age to gamble yet, what do you do when you're not on stage and you're not at the hotel room? Have you figured out cool off-strip restaurants and things to do along those lines?
Yeah, they should have waited to book this show in October. My 18th birthday's coming up. Then I could have hit the slots. Just kidding. But no, whenever we travel everywhere, sometimes we do get to stay a little bit longer in those places.
Sure.
And then sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's just airport, hotel, venue.
Right.
But when we do, I'm a huge fan of coffee, which I probably shouldn't be. And so me and my parents have a little tradition of finding a really cool coffee place in the places we go. Just that's not Starbucks because it's a chain. We try to find like the non-chain. So that's like a little tradition we do. But we found fun things to do that have been age appropriate for me. But yeah, I mean, I've been to 48 states, which is crazy.
Have you been to in Vegas Area 15?
No.
Okay. When we hang up, look up Area 15. I think you're going to love that.
Okay. Cool.
Not too
Okay.
far off the strip, and wonderful thing my wife and I experienced. And
Okay, cool.
last thing I'm curious about, you mentioned an EP or an album in the works.
Mhm.
What can you tell me about that? Are they songs that are originals? Did you use co-writers? Is
Yeah.
there a theme to it? Anything like that?
Well, I've written a lot of songs. I have a lot of original songs that I've written. I'm currently learning keyboard, which it's a challenge, but I truly love music and I want to be way more well versed in music. And I love co-writes and having that creative liberty to work with other people is so fun, especially when you start a song and you finish it together. You're just super proud of it together.
Sure.
But yeah, a lot of the songs I've written myself, and a lot I've co-write. I mean, both I've done because it's just fun. And I want to get out to Nashville, but I'm still trying to figure out my sound, my official sound. I grew up with my parents who were both born in the 70s and grew up in the 80s, and so I have lots of different music I grew up with. But I'm also a huge fan of jazz and like 1950s jazz. So I'm like so many different genres of music. I have no idea what my initial sound is, so still trying to figure that out.
So what I'm learning here is there's a lot in the works. You want to do a lot of things. You're always creating something.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to have to wait to see what these things are, but we can catch you on tour sometime soon.
Yes, exactly. You said it perfect.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Hope to see you live in New York sometime soon, and enjoy
yes.
Area 15 if you get to go there.
Yeah, well, thank you, Darren. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Darci. Take care.
Bye.
Paltrocast.